ballistics. We are back up in Johnson City at the ranch in Fredericksburg. I have Kahlil McKenzie with me, teammate from Kansas City. We are out here chasing deer, trying to get his first deer on the ground, hoping to be successful tonight. Watched some deer last night and this morning, which was really nice because it gave us a chance to kind of talk through what makes a mature buck. We were able to see what makes a mature doe, what we're really looking for to get time on the rifle, do some dry fire on some live animals, make sure that he was comfortable with the shot. We were working off of tripods. We want to make sure that he was comfortable in the situation, able to take a shot at the distances we were going to go hunt, and really just kind of spend some time in the outdoors in not a super high pressure environment. And you know, there was a deer that we were looking for. We didn't really get to see him, but ultimately it was great to just be out in nature and watch deer do all the stuff that they do. I was hoping to see a buck, 4.5-year-old that's been coming through sporadically. Haven't seen him, so tonight we are going to take a doe, correct?
Yep.
Take a doe, she comes out. We've seen some out here, so we'll find a good big body doe, put a good shot on her, and get to moving from there. Unfortunately, the first deer that showed up was a mom with twin fawns, so those deer were off the table and they did not like us being there, and they let us know pretty quickly. Thankfully, when they ran off, they didn't spook completely, so they stayed in that area, which was a good sign, meaning that hopefully some other deer might still come in. So what happened here was we were trying to figure out whether that doe that was coming in was the mom with twins or if that was a solo deer. I thought it was a solo deer. Kahlil thought it was potentially that mom and twins. And so we had to kind of make sure that we were shooting the right deer. But she came kind of straight in, hopped in the pen, and didn't really offer a shot anytime in between. A lot of times the deer circle the pen, maybe browse around outside of the pen, but not so fortunate this time, and then didn't really quite feel comfortable trying to ask Kahlil to sneak a shot through the hog paneling that surrounds the feeder pens. So at the end of the day, we ended up going home empty-handed from this hunt as she stayed in that pen until past shooting light. With the evening hunt wrapping up, we had eyes for the next morning, hoping on the final day to be able to connect with the deer. So drove out in the morning, got set up to see what comes to the feeder. Unfortunately, that first morning, the goats that we have on the property were circling around the pond, and from what I've seen historically, goats and deer don't like to mix around, and that was really all we saw in the morning, beyond some passing sandhill cranes. Shortly after, we decided to go see what might be happening on the other side of the ranch.
That feels so much cooler than even just they're having to get out and track. That was, oh man, that was awesome.
So to walk through what just happened, we were down at the blind and no deer came through. So we looped back over, drove up, put a stalk on a doe over there. It was a tough stalk, you know. Kahlil was on a tripod to take a kneeling shot, couldn't quite get comfortable. Doe spooked off, wasn't able to make it happen. Came back over, was coming over here to the feeder. We're by the tasting room. So we have the feeder pen down here, nothing there. Went back to the cart and said, hey, we'll just sit by this tree up here and we'll see if anything comes up. Come up, deer spooks off, and then she runs to, I'll range find it, but she ran right down there, quick jumped over. Kahlil got on the gun, put a great shot, heard the thump. We'll give her a minute or two, but we should go find some blood down there. Great shot. High five again.
Bam.
My hand hurts right now. It's a little cold. We
Yeah.
high-fived a bunch,
Yeah.
but woo, getting it done on the last day.
As we tracked down, we weren't exactly sure where she was. We had a good land marker, and so we tried to get to a point, range back up to the tree where we were, and get in a similar distance from where we shot, which is about 165 yards.
All right. So she was definitely hit. We have blood all the way up here. Let's see. Where was she shot? Hey, thank the Lord. All right. But we know
This is honestly cooler than any sack I've ever gotten in my life.
she ran back this way.
Yeah.
And so we have, you know, here, looks like it's a little bit back in the midsection, so we're gonna take it slow, but we have trail, and so we'll start walking back and seeing what we find.
So when I had watched Kahlil take the shot up on the hill, I was kind of handheld through the binoculars. I thought I saw the impact kind of right behind the shoulder, definitely heard the thump, which got us so excited down there. But as we see here, the hit was a little bit back. So due to the coloration of the shot itself and seeing corn, I assumed this was a liver and stomach hit. If it was a true gut hit, I would have expected it to be a lot more green in color, but the redness makes me think that it's a liver. Happy to be proven wrong. So if anybody's more familiar with deer tracking, please let me know where you think this deer was shot. Wasn't able to get anything on camera just because it was happening so quickly, and at this point I was more focused on trying to harvest a deer than film every second of the hunt. But unfortunately the hit was a little bit back, so we were in tracking mode. Obviously you can kind of see some of the blood getting pretty faint, pretty small, and as it got into the high grass it became pretty much unfindable and untraceable, even if there was any blood. It wasn't a strong, lung or heart hit where there was a good solid blood trail, and we weren't able to find anything. So we started snaking back and forth between the trees in the immediate area, trying to find any sign of anything running through there. A trail through the high grass we were going to. Ended up going to the neighbor's property, trying to find hair along the fence of where maybe she wasn't able to get over it, but ultimately didn't pick up anything. But we did find one deer, just not the deer that we were looking for.
Well, that's not what you want to see when trying to find deer. I was coming down, saw this leg, and yeah. So, classic deer you want to shoot, split brow, 2.5-year-old 10-point. So, that's fun. Okay, well, we wrapped up the hunt. We looked for blood. We found blood, trailed blood for about 10 yards, and the pool kind of stopped showing up. Tried to do a quick dirty search across the area for the body, but what I assume is that, the shot was a little bit back, the wound closed up, and she was able to get over the fence and get somewhere safe. So called the neighbors, went over to their property, tried to pick back up the trail. Unfortunately couldn't find her, so we are leaving home empty-handed, but I hope you had a good time. I appreciate you coming out. As your kind of first experience with hunting, like it? No? Yes?
I loved it. I what's funny is that whole sequence was awesome, right? Like, you go from, all right, blind, we're gonna trek up, track one, boom, get down, froze up a little bit. I'll be honest, froze up a little bit
Happens.
to take the shot, and runs off, and then we go find another spot, get down, see one, boom, we're there, and then it moves. We go over quick, get set up, boom, take the shot, and put a hit on it. I mean, from a good little distance, like that was, for me, that was awesome. That little adrenaline rush of that little sequence there was really cool. Got to see kind of all aspects of it, from being in the blind to walking to grabbing everything, on the move, everything, and and I mean, like you said, that was my first hunt, first time shooting a rifle, all that stuff. So being that whole little thing and doing that was a success in my book. And I mean, when I first started playing football, I lost a lot of games. Like I was not on good youth football teams and stuff. So like I didn't win very much in college and all that stuff. And so like I'm very used to the losses, but doesn't mean I don't love it. So it was a great time. I appreciate you, and I look forward to it and getting back out here again. So
yeah, no, we'll get you out next year. Hopefully we'll be successful next year. But yeah, I mean, getting to put up a stock on that doe over at the other site, that was fun. And I mean, it happens, Friday night we came out, we got out a little bit late. We ended up sitting in a different spot, just kind of getting used to the rifle, the trigger, taking some dry fire practice on some does, getting comfortable with that. And then, we were really hoping that buck would show up Saturday. Didn't happen. That's hunting. We talked about shooting a doe that morning, and we're just like, let's just see what the hunt provides. And then Saturday night we were ready. Yeah. And, doe with 2 fawns comes out. Great, not gonna shoot that one. Next doe just comes beeline for the feeder, and with the setup right now, didn't really feel comfortable trying to sneak a shot through the hog paneling. And she was so comfortable that she ate there for the next 35 minutes until it got dark and we couldn't shoot.
Yeah.
And then this morning, we have the goats running around, making a bunch of noise, headbutting each other, fighting. One of the females is in heat, and the billies were kind of fighting. Made the call, like you said, to go up to the other side, put on a good stock, had the wind, saw her, but it's hard, We got used to kneeling shots and putting that on there. It's difficult to make that. But when we went back up over here, I mean, it was good. We, like you said, got set up, got on her. She skirted off. Hopefully she stopped again right in that opening. Yeah. We moved, got set up, you got on the rifle. And yeah, it was a little bit further of a shot than we were taking, probably about like 160-yard shot. But, we dialed to the elevation, and, ultimately you always want to get as close as you can. But it's not always the option. And, you did hit her. You hit her a little back, but that happens. And unfortunately, we weren't able to recover this time. But there's always next time. I don't think there's anything more that we could have done to try to find that deer.
I don't think so either.
So
it's been what, like
over an hour?
Yeah, over an hour.
Yeah, 'cause you shot her at 7, or right after, like right before 8 o'clock, and we waited a couple minutes to find her.
Yeah.
And now it's just after 10. So yeah, we spent a while trying to find her, but that's life and that's hunting. But we'll get you back out next year. Maybe make a deeper run in the playoffs with the school.
For sure.
Maybe it's a little later, but
yeah.
Either way, good to see you. Appreciate you coming out.
Good to see you. I appreciate you, my man. It's a great time. Absolutely great time.
But till the next time, hopefully we'll have a successful hunt out again. But appreciate y'all watching. Stay safe and shoot straight.